good morning, everyone. How's everybody doing today? I hope you're all having a fantastic morning or afternoon, or is it already tomorrow for you? Is it already Wednesday instead of Tuesday? So, anyway, okay, so yes, it is. It is Tuesday, the 13th of September, 2022. And it is a beautiful day here in Eriksdale, Manitoba, Canada, where I live. It is in the Interlake region of Manitoba. So that means it's between the lakes Winnipeg and Manitoba. So it's looks like a beautiful day, but it was cold last night. It had gone down to 4 degrees. Yes, you heard me right. 4 degrees. And it felt like 3 degrees. So we are getting there. So, oh my goodness. Here. So I am continuing to work here on Halloween sampler. And I've gotten along pretty good here. I'm continuing to work here on these X's, and I just have this one here to do. And we'll see how things progress. So, so not much else. Lily Bell's over there, of course. Can you see her? And Jonah's up on the sofa. And, So, in a little while, I'm going to, I have to go outside and put the garbage and recycling to the road. So I'll do that while this is uploading. And then I will, a little after that, I'm going to go uptown. The library's not open till 11, so I have to wait until about 10:30. So, and it's just shortly after 9 here. But I'm going to go to the RM office, and I don't know if it's a proposal. It's just an idea, right? It's just an idea I've been kicking around. About how we can draw people here to visit our community. Because right now there's nothing. Outside of community yard sale, I don't know, whatever else. Canada Day. There's really not much. There's the Bullarama that's coming up next month. But then again, if you've got people, that are just passing through, they're not stopping here in town. So it's, it's just not very, I don't know, something, we have to do something here. And I keep thinking proposal, but it's not really a proposal. It's an idea that we should have plaques around town saying, okay, this is where the train station used to be. And when it was in operation. And that, like, there's nothing here. There's nothing. That's why nobody's stopping in. Because Sandra was telling me yesterday, morning that they really had next to nothing for visitors coming through the museum this year. And that is a shame. That's a shame. Well, I didn't even go. I paid for my yearly subscription, if you will. I don't know. Dues, whatever it is. And I would really like to see something, Eriksdale has to have something for its claim to fame. Right? That's how people will come and visit. And so yeah, it's just not very good. So I'm just going to work over here now on the shadowing underneath this cat. Now, it did my heart good that I think it's Peggy. She's Scotland, I think, or Northern England, something like that. Anyways. And she said that she's been she's learned now how to do the sewing method. And I guess, Peggy, you must find it a lot easier now, knowing, like a light bulb moment went on. And she is working on Fairy Tale Village. And that's wonderful. As soon as this is done, I'm going to go back to my Fairy Tale Village, but I might work a little bit there on the October flower. But I would like to get this one done. And yeah. I don't like starting 100 different projects. I just don't. I just don't. Oof. Even though this fabric is soft, it's still on the stiffer side. There. Makes it hard to bunch up in my hand. It does loosen up, though. So that's good. But yeah, doing the sewing method is so much easier. And it's but like with all new skills, right? It takes a while to develop and become proficient at those skills. And and I understand getting frustrated and going, oh, I can't get this. Oh, I'll never get it. I don't understand how this is done. But the thing is that it's like with all skills, the more you do, the better you get. Right? So, just like the old saying goes, practice, practice, practice. Or practice makes perfect. And, it took me a little while to get the hang of it. It's, But it really is, it's quite easy once you get going with it. But yeah, I don't like starting too many projects. And I do have enough underway. And so I have this one here, and oh my gosh, if I had to go through all mine that are that I have as whips, oh my gosh. However, that being said, I'm not nearly as bad as Laura Stitchin' with Laura. She gets the gold star for starts. I tell ya, hats off to her. First prize. She's always starting something new. She is really the serial starter. And that's such a shame. I wish she would just, even for a while, work on one project and try and get one project finished. But a lot of hers are really big. They're huge. And I've basically given up on those ones. I don't, I'm not doing those big ones anymore because I'll never get it done. Nope. Like Fairy Tale Village, it's, that's about as big as I'm going to go. And thankfully that one's working really well. But my aim for next year is to get it, some of my whips finished and get them out of the way. And because they're not doing anybody good just sitting there. And I very much doubt that there's anybody that would finish them when I'm gone. Yeah. I know Juliet there, she would probably maybe work on a couple of them. Not many of them, but just a couple of them. Because her interests are different than mine. And so yeah, I think she would finish up just a few of them. Just a handful. But as far as the others, like, she wouldn't finish this one. Because that's not her thing. Or Fairy Tale Village, she wouldn't finish that because she's just not interested in that. But if it has animals on it, dogs, cats, deer, moose, anything along that line, yeah, I think she would. But I am going to try and do my hardest this coming year. I have to look at all of my whips and find which ones that I would really like to put a dent in. I know that the one that I would really like to hopefully get finished, but I doubt it next year, is Lady in the Woods. And because I'm getting down now to where I'm reaching symbols that I can't really see. You know, because they make the symbols so light. And they're just not, you know, it was a custom. And I was kind of mad at how they did the symbols, because you got a computer guy who's just there and he goes through, oh, okay, on the computer, this looks good and this looks good and this looks good. But on the actual fabric, it's so washed out. It just does not look good. I'd really like to know how, there's a lady that she won the kit wheat fields, and that was a custom one. And I'd really like to know how that one is coming along. I can't remember who won that. So, it's, yeah. I know that Jody has been working on Christmas Girl, which was accounted, and she's doing a fabulous job. Way to go, Jody. It's really coming along nicely. She's made really good progress on it. So, yeah. Yeah. There was somebody else that won the European Town, the one that I had started, and I was never going to finish. Big ones like that are just a no-no for me. If I was 30 years old and I had my whole life in front of me, then yeah, that's okay. But I'm almost 64 here. I'll be 64 in a few weeks. And there's no way I'm going to get it done, right? So I need to be realistic on that. But I know for sure there that I want to work on Lady in the Woods again. And, there's several others. I'd like to get back there to the sampler there, the Hope and Love sampler. I haven't worked on that in months. But I want to get this one done for sure. And then I might see about putting some stitches in there. I have nutcrackers that I would like to finish. And get that one out of the way. It won't be done for this year. I very much doubt it. And then I have my October flower. And I'd really like to get that whole set done for next year. And then I can put them up on my tier trade. So, yeah. Lily Bell's snoring away. So what are the projects that you'd like to finish, not start, for next year? What projects would you really like to get to and put a real dent in to make progress on? And that, because believe it or not, year end is coming up. Absolutely it is. And then we have to look forward to 2023. Boy, oh boy, time marches on, huh? Time just marches on. Yep. So, I finished watching Devil in Ohio. It's pretty good. I can see them having another, they might do another season of it. But, I don't know. It's just a show, people. Just, it's entertainment. It probably does go on somewhere. But, it's, yeah, not that much. But we all know that wickedness exists in this world. But, oh, there it is. Thought I lost my... Yes, that wickedness and evil exists in this world. All you have to do is take a look at a lot of the dictators. Putin, Xi, that boy over there in NK. Even our PM. I call him a dictator. And as with most dictators, they are narcissistic. I would say all of them. They're extremely narcissistic. And that's the way that he is. And that's the way his finance minister is, or second in command, who's an absolute witch with a capital B. Just awful. But I have a tendency, or I do believe that, so many people think they can get away with stuff, right? But eventually they're caught. Eventually they pay the piper. Whether it's in this world or the next, they will pay. And yeah, it's did I pull it up? So apparently we've had a rash of vandalism and robberies and that in the area. Oops, sorry. The other day, on Saturday, apparently there was a holdup at the dump of all places. The dump. Because they collect fees. They collect dumping fees. And so apparently the guy that was there, 4 armed men came and robbed the dump office of the money. I mean, like, how low can you go, for crying out loud? I mean, low as in desperate that you would go to the dump. At first it was, I thought, Juliet was saying that they had gone in there and were trying to steal stuff out of the dump. Not thinking that, yes, indeed, that they take dumping fees. You know, like a semi-load is $100 and a half-ton load is, I don't know, $20, $25, whatever it is. And, you know, it's like, they must have planned this out so that they would know that this guy was alone. It's shameful. It is shameful. It's just utterly shameful. And the dump isn't very far away from here. And it's just, yeah, not good. And apparently an armed person broke into a house up north of here, not very far. And they broke into a house and tied up the old man and you know, I don't know what they were after, but they obviously thought he had money. I was watching a show the other day. Well, it was a movie, but I guess that's how things go. And they were making meth. Like, oh my gosh, what a disgusting thing. And people take that into their body? Like, oh my gosh. That's just, ugh, disgusting. You know, you wouldn't drink a bottle of say Mr. Clean, or you wouldn't drink you know, or eat rat poison, or, you know, whatever. And people will, you know, ingest this garbage? Oh gosh, that's so disgusting. That is just so disgusting. Like, oh gosh. You know, and how, like, they don't even realize what it's doing to their bodies. You know, it's their teeth rot and their faces start to melt and they get scabs all over their body because they believe like something is moving under their skin and it's itchy. Like there's ants or worms or something. You know, parasites, whatever it is. There probably is. You know, crawling under their skin, so they're busy scratching at it. Oops, sorry. I'm hitting that today. And, so yeah. Oof. Just awful. Just awful. So, but anyway, so yeah, so I'm going to go and take the garbage out and recycling. And then in about an hour, I am going to go to the RM office. And I'm going to go to the library. And then I'm going to go over to Juliet's. They're painting their polar bears. They got these polar bears out there. And they hadn't painted them in years. So John basically water blasted it to clean it off. And she said that they were able to put the first coat of primer on. And I said, well, they better get it done because they're calling for rain here over the next week. So I have been noticing that there are a lot more spiders in the house. And I'm wondering if that's an indication that they know it's going to be a cold winter. I know there's a lot of us who are praying that it's going to be warmer and not so much snow. You know, I'm just praying to get Susie in the garage. I want to get Susie into my garage. She does not do well outside. I'll tell you that. She does not do well outside. So, all right, everyone. I guess that's it for now. So, I'm just going to finish up this little bit here. But first, I'm going to take the garbage and recycling out. And then I'll come back in and finish that. And then I'm not sure what color I'm going to start on. But, yeah, it's coming along. It's coming along. So, alrighty. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be well. May God bless you this day and every day. God loves you. And so do I. And so does Miss Lilybell and Jonah, who's up there on the sofa. Thank you, Jesus, for being my Lord and Savior. Thank you for saving me from my sins. Thank you for being there in my darkest and deepest moments. Thank you for loving me like you do. Thank you for caring enough for me that you would see that my sins would be forgiven. So, Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful rest of your Tuesday or start to your Wednesday, whatever it is. May you have a wonderful day and happy stitching, everybody, or whatever craft you're doing. And we'll see you here tomorrow, God willing, of course. Toodle-oodles, everybody.